Welcome back, toy fans, to episode 158 of Reynolds Reviews, and on today's episode we're going to take a look at my Bravestar collection. Cue the match. Welcome back, everyone. Now, like I said in the intro, today we're going to take a look at my very humble Bravestar collection. Now, if you follow the channel closely, you will know that in recent months my collection has been embracing different toy lines, not just Star Wars, not just Mask. I've been trying to embrace different lines on the channel and in my collection, and today we are going to take a look at one of them. Now, currently I am really invested in three different toy lines. One is Centurions, one is Bravestar, and the other is Supernaturals. And today we are going to take a look at one of those. So we're going to go take a look at my Fort Kerium playset and the mysterious lawman, Bravestar.
The harsh planet of New Texas holds a substance so precious that outlaws from every hole in the galaxy come to steal it. Kerium, the irreplaceable fuel of the universe. Without its red crystals, no ship could fly, no machine could work. Someone was needed to protect the Kerium from the ultimate outlaw, Tex Hex and his evil gang. The townspeople asked for 1,000 lawmen. They got one, Bravestar, with the eyes of a hawk, the speed of a puma, the strength of a bear, and the ears of a wolf. Bravestar. He was tough. He was brave. He had strange animal powers. But could he save New Texas alone? Only you know the answer, because you hold the power. Bravestar. From Mattel. Each sold separately.
Okay, so we're going to start with Outlaw, Scuzz and Handlebar. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on these guys because I'm aware you've seen them in very, very recent videos. But obviously, as the part of the collection, I felt I needed to show them. So, first of all, we've got Handlebar. And Handlebar is one of the good guys, helps Bravestar out in the cartoon when the opportunity arises. And Handlebar is sort of the owner, I believe the owner of the training post, sort of runs the grocery store and the saloon bar, and like I said, helps Bravestar out whenever he gets chance. And then we've got Outlaw Scuzz, who is one of Tex Hex's henchmen. Again, bought for me by Derby Collector for Christmas. And yeah, he's like the opposite of Deputy Fuzz. In fact, I think he's his cousin. And yeah, he's one of Tex Hex's henchmen and helps out Tex do all his evil and dastardly deeds. But yeah, really cool figures. And like I say, I know that I've shown them recently, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them. But obviously, as they're part of the collection, they needed to be involved in this video. But just cool figures and really work well. Now, as this is just a side collection, I'm not looking to complete the line. Like a lot of my side collections, just core characters will do. So that's the idea. I've only got a couple left to pick up. But let's get to the main guys. Let's go take a look at Tex and Bravestar. Okay, so let's start with Tex Hex now. Look at this guy for a bad guy. Just super menacing looking with that sort of pale white face and his yellow teeth and those red eyes. Just such a wicked looking figure. Now, these figures are roughly around 7 inches tall, and I believe these sort of came out in a time where the larger figures were starting to take over. We'd had 3.75 with Star Wars, and then we'd got He-Man, who were, I think at the time, the sort of largest figures on the market, and then we started getting the really 6 and 7 inch, really big figures, such as Supernaturals. We got Thundercats, and we got Bravestar. Centurions were in there as well, but all of a sudden the bigger figures were starting to take over, and these are huge, about 7 inches. But they've got tons of articulation. So they've got 9 points of articulation. We've got articulation at the neck, the shoulders, the elbows, the hips, and the knees, and just super cool. So you can get some real good poses out of these. But if you're looking for this on the secondary market, quite difficult to get complete. So as you can see, there's quite a few accessories. We've got a sidearm on his leg there. We've got the rifle. He's got his chest armor. His hat is often missing. But also, if I just lift his arm up, you can see he's got 2 knives on his chest there, and they are always missing as well. So not easy to get complete, but once again, surprise, surprise, guess who I'm thanking for mine? Steve, better known as Derby Collector. He got me both my Marshall Bravestar and Tex Hex complete for an absolute steal. If you go onto eBay for a complete Tex or Bravestar, you're going to be looking at around potentially the sort of £70–80 mark. So they're not cheap figures. But yeah, just super cool. and I'm absolutely buzzing to have them in my collection. But yeah, how awesome does Tex look? But a bad guy is only as good as the good guys fighting, so let's go take a look at Bravestar. And there we have the mysterious lawman Bravestar himself, and this guy is wicked. Again, obviously the same size as Tex, same articulation, and very similar accessories really. Obviously you've got the rifle there, you've got his sidearm, you've got his body armour, no knives or anything on the body armour though, just straight up body armour, and then of course his very cool cowboy hat, which again is often missing when you buy these figures on the secondary market, but just super cool. And again, another toy line that I'd kind of forgotten about. And then you see them on other people's channels and you just realise, one, how cool they are, and two, it just kickstarts that nostalgic childhood memory, and you realise that I used to have those. And then of course, once you start looking, you start seeing other characters and you just start to remember just what you had. So I've only got the 4 figures at the moment, but like I said, like a lot of my side collections, core characters will satisfy me. So I'm now going to look to pick up Sandstorm and Deputy Fuzz, and I think that'll probably satisfy me because, like any other toy line, Bravestar has got its own big hitters, so characters like 3030 now seem to bring a lot of money. I don't know why they're so expensive, but really expensive. And then you've got characters like Thunderstick that are also expensive. But the one thing I did like about Mattel and Bravestar back in the day was they were thinking about your parents' pockets, because not only could you buy characters like Tex and Bravestar in a single pack, you could also buy them in things like a twin pack. So they would do a 2-pack, so you could buy both characters in one go, or you could buy them separately. You could buy them on their own with like a laser backpack, which was like an infrared gimmick that they used to have so they could fight, but you could also buy that in a 2-pack as well. So they were clearly sort of thinking about your parents' pocket, which was really cool. But yeah, I love this as a toy line, and I'm going to pick up a few more. And like a lot of other toy lines, they had their very own playset.
Outlaw Scuzz's days in Fort Kerium jail are numbered. The evil Tex Hex is planning a jailbreak. Now for the bank and all that Kerium. Bravestar's hawk-like eyes see the danger. Has the evil Tex Hex finally won? Or is Fort Kerium safe with Bravestar? Only you know the answer. Neutral laser, command center, bank jail set, and figures each sold separately. Batteries not included. Some assembly required. Bravestar from Mattel.
And there we go. So the playset that came with Bravestar was massive, and it was called Fort Kerium. And Fort Kerium was sort of classed as the sort of town on the planet that Bravestar was there to protect. And the premise of the cartoon was, if you can see all these lovely bright red pieces of Kerium at the bottom, Kerium was mined on the planet New Texas, and Tex Hex was always trying to take over the sort of colony, if you like, and he wanted all the Kerium because it powered everything. It was classed as, it was valuable, it was like gold, it powered the spaceships. Kerium did everything, so Tex was always trying to take over the colony and Bravestar was always trying to protect it. But this playset is massive. It consists of 3 sections. You've got the jail cell at the end, you've got Marshal Bravestar's command center in the center, and then you've got the bank at the end. Now again, with Mattel, they did the same thing with the figures. They actually released Fort Kerium in 3 different sets. So they would release a single set, which was the command center, so you could buy Bravestar's command center just on its own. Again, if your parents couldn't afford everything, you could just buy that by itself. You could buy a 2-pack, which, if I remember rightly, was the jail cell and the bank. So again, you could just get those 2. Loads of play features, and then obviously if you were very, very lucky and your parents could afford it, you could buy the whole set as a 1-pack, which, I mean, just look at it. The amount of play value in this set is unbelievable. Now, because it's so big, I've had to come quite a long way back on the camera, so I'm going to have to, I won't be able to handle the play set, so I will have to try and show you everything in illustrations and videos, because I can't reach over and do it physically on the actual play set itself, so I do apologise everyone. But let's start with the jail cell. So again, the jail cell is a huge section just on its own. It consists of a plastic jail cell inside the playset itself, and then you could put your bad guys in there. But you will notice that if you can just see just there is a little section for a plunger to go in. Now, the playset is missing a few pieces. I am missing Marshal Bravestar's chair for his command center. I am missing the key, although The key for the jail cell, if I can get Deputy Fuzz complete, he does come with the key, but also a plunger, which if you put the plunger just underneath the jail cell there, it actually blows the window, and so you can get someone to escape, and it's just a lovely piece. Then you get onto the command centre. So the command centre itself is where Marshal Bravestar lives. That's where he controls everything, but again, just a lovely set. You've got the wanted signs that spin round when it all transforms, and like I say, there should be a chair there for Bravestar to relax when there's nothing going on New Texas. But just such a cool set, and everything inside, all the control panels that Bravestar uses to control the town, if you like. And then we've got the bank at the end, where you usually find Outlaw Scuzz and Tex Hex, always trying to raid the bank. There is a safe in there. It's got a great play feature on it. So again, the plunger comes into play. The plunger goes into the side of the safe, and then you can actually blow the safe. And in theory, you would have the Kerium in the safe, and all the Kerium would spill out. It's just an unbelievable playset, and it is massive. It's absolutely huge, but it's so cool. And as you can see, actually, there is a watchtower at the back, just there, which comes with it as well. But it's just too big to get on screen. But just this playset has got tons of play value, say loads of features. Like I said, you've got the safe that you can blow, you've got the jail cell that you can blow the window, but obviously it's got the door at the back. It really is an amazing playset. But if you watch the cartoon, you will remember that when Fort Kerium and New Texas is under attack, it actually could go into what they call fortress mode to protect. Now, like I said, I will put pictures up on the screen because I can't do it, I'm too far away from the playset, but basically the fronts would all raise up to reveal like cannons and things like that, and then the actual playset itself would close in to make a fortress, and that was sort of defense mode. But honestly, it is an amazing playset. Now, I do have to say, like I said, mine's incomplete, and unfortunately, when it arrived, it did get a bit of a beating with the post in the command centre. Not the command centre, sorry, the watchtower was broke, so I've managed to do some repairs on it. But I do need to say, the seller did give me a fantastic deal on this to start with, and then when he realised it had come and some pieces got broken, he actually refunded me 50%, so I got this at an absolute steal. Fort Kerium on the secondary market, if it's complete, you're going to be looking at really big money, especially if you get the box with it. I mean, you're talking well into the hundreds, but it is an amazing playset. If you can get your hands on it, I would recommend it. I love it. Yeah, and I think it will be populating a few more figures yet. Sandstorm will go nicely in the jail cell, I think, and then of course Deputy Fuzz will just sit nicely next to Handlebar, I think. But as a playset, it is just amazing. It's huge, it's packed with features and play value, and if you get your chance to get your hands on this, I really would recommend it. Once you get it populated with some of the figures, it looks amazing. So I am so pleased to get this into my collection, and keep an eye on the channel because there will be more Bravestar coming soon. So yeah, there we go, everybody. Sorry again that I couldn't show you more of the features on the actual playset itself. I'm just so far away. The playset is huge, and I had to sit a long way back to get it to fit into the shot, so I weren't able to handle it, unfortunately, on the video, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. But yeah, there we go, everyone. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and giving me a shot. I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if you're one of my existing viewers and existing subscribers, I know I say it all the time, but thank you for sticking with me, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. I always try to read everyone's comments and get back to everybody. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you next time.